morning, friends. Welcome to another day for our walk through our faith, and as we go beside still waters in this season of Lent, and also as we come to the conclusion of that time, as we enter um, this last week of Holy Week. I was thinking a little bit about Maundy Thursday, which is, if you've not ever been able to come to the service, it's a night when we remember the institution of the Lord's Supper, but also a time when Jesus is with his disciples. There's several things that happen. One is he sort of is giving them their marching orders for the next thing, but also what to do, knowing that his crucifixion was coming, um, helping them with their own sense of connection, their community. It's a time when when the disciples are charged with remembering Jesus through the shared meal of bread and wine, but also the primacy of service to others as part of our understanding of faith, which is done in the act of service when he washes the disciples' feet, but also our call to do the same for others, in other words, to serve others. Brene Brown writes that faith is a place of mystery where we find the courage to believe in what we cannot see and the strength to let go of our fear of uncertainty. I was thinking a little bit about what it must have been like to be an apostle in that moment, knowing, maybe not knowing, but seeing things unfold and the absolute uncertainty that they must have felt. They've found this amazing leader, this person they deeply love, this person that's transforming the world around them, that's reaching the multitudes, and suddenly it's coming to a rapid end and change, and the uncertainty that they must have felt. And so, in that uncertainty, how do we find our grounding? And I think about in our own life, our own uncertainties that we have. Um, we find these moments in life when we think things are sort of solid, but then we're not always sure. And there's certainly a lot of uncertainty in the world right now. And so where does our faith come from? And in this moment in Maundy Thursday, we have the beauty of the gift of a shared meal, which is something where when we all share meals with other people, we know that vulnerability that exists. It's a moment when we're taking nourishment for our bodies, but also when conversation and our own shared humanity with each other becomes even more evident. And so it's in that, that we break bread every Sunday as a remembrance of the story of Jesus, but also as a way of taking the sacrament in and seeing that the outward sign of bread and wine becomes the inward spiritual grace of presence with Christ and connection to Christ. So that's something that is a gift to us that gives us some sort of measure of groundedness, right? The other part of that is our service of others, which is often a counterintuitive way to be in the world, in which we might see every interaction and everything we do as a way of reaching out to others and to serve them. We don't wash feet in our culture too much. That's not, we wash our feet like when we shower, but that's not a normal behavior for us to wash another person's feet, or even maybe to think about that. But certainly we know about servanthood in different ways, and how approaching another person, not because of their status, not because of what we can get from them, but instead in our moment of shared humanity, and to serve them as a fellow child of God. So these are sort of, I think, some deep things to think about. There's a real power in that, but when it comes alive in our daily life, when we're really serving others, and we all know people in our life that were able to do this. We know the teachers that were able to serve us in a way that gave us inspiration, or we know the leaders in our organizations that truly serve those that are working around them, or we know countless numbers of people that we've encountered that are able to serve others and to do that, and so that's part of our call and part of the depth of of who we are. So as we're coming to this close of the Lenten time, think about what that faith in place of mystery is for you, where you're finding the courage to believe and where you're finding that strength in the midst of all this uncertainty. And as we continue our walk into Easter, I hope you have a blessed day. God bless, and we'll see you tomorrow.
My song is love unknown, the Savior's love for me, love to the loveless shown that they might lovely be. For who am I that in my place my Lord should take the flesh and die? My song is love unbound, for love has conquered death, and love the victory won in this his parting breath. For with the cry that all is done, vain darkness fell before the sun. My song is love enthroned, where angel voices raise to magnify the Son and sing the Father's praise. So shall I stand in glorious throng and add my praises to that song. So shall